Good morning. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome to the latest edition of the Disney Morning Show, catching you up on what's going on in the world of Disney. My name is Doobie Mosley, co-founder here at Laughing Place. Over there is the young Jedi himself, Kyle Burbank. How you doing today, Kyle?
I'm good. I don't know what I'd do for a Jedi. I was gonna do this, and I'm like, that's not really a Jedi. I don't know.
That's a Jedi do. I don't know. Live a miserable life. And he's our executive editorial director. Okay. And first of all, hello, Fred Ramirez. Thank you for the hint for this day in Disney history. You know my favorite words?
What?
Kyle asked Doobie.
Yeah.
I was all prepared to go in there. I got to get... Yay! It's my turn to guess. Hello, JPP and JPP's offspring.
If we had a show yesterday, you would have had to ask me, but we didn't. We got preempted by Marvel gameplay. That was really fun. If you guys tuned in at 9:30 expecting a morning show and there's other guys playing video games.
There was something live on there.
Yeah.
Hello, Steven. How you doing? Yeah, that's what was going on yesterday. Just as you said, Tutor. Yeah, we got an offer from Marvel. Was that Marvel that did the game?
Kabam, I think, is probably the developer.
Yeah, and
licensed Marvel.
Restream this big announcement we have in this gameplay. I said, yeah, for sure. Let's do it. And I wasn't available anyway, so it worked out. And hello, Nikki B.
And it was supposed to be later in the day, and then they moved it up. So
all things came together to say, surprise!
That's why you remember, so that you can know in the Discord ahead of time.
Good point. Let's get started the way we do every day. That is with a look at the Disney stock price, which was at 118.03 yesterday. Let's scroll down, Ewowney.
If yesterday were Friday.
Yeah, you're right. If yesterday were Friday. It is at 118.65. Pretty much the same thing. It did go up quite a bit yesterday, though. So it must have gone down in the intervening time.
Just to spite me, basically.
Because yesterday it went up 1%. If you're out there, if you're not playing Sorcerer Streak, come join us. laughingplace.com/streak. We're still in beta, but if you're watching this, you're welcome to join. And our question for yesterday was, will the Disney stock go up or down? And it went up. Out of everyone playing, one person guessed it would go up. Everyone else had their streaks blown yesterday. It's kind of fun.
Before I get to Rachel, I do want to mention there's some severe weather chances over the plains and Kansas and stuff. High winds and luckily not tornadoes, not too high a tornado threat, but some high winds and stuff. So be careful if you're out there in the red or the orange or I'm in the yellow, but they just moved the orange a little bit closer to me. So we'll see. Anyway, Here's Rachel.
Hello there, and welcome to another edition of the LP Disney Weather Report. I was there to match my intellect on national TV against a plumber and an architect, both with a PhD. I was tense, I was nervous, I guess it just wasn't my night. Art Fleming gave the answers. Oh, but I couldn't get the questions right. I lost on Jeopardy, baby. Ooh, I lost on Jeopardy, baby. Well, I knew I was in trouble now. My hope of winning sank, 'cause I got the daily double now. And then my mind went blank. I took potpourri for 100, and then my head started to spin. Well, I'm giving up, Don Pardo. Just tell me now what I didn't win. Let's get to the weather. Anaheim is sunny and warm today, making it up to 88. Walt Disney World will be 93 on paper, but feel closer to 100. And while it will be partly cloudy, the UV index will reach extreme levels, so wear sunscreen. Castaway Cay will be 83 again today, with sunny skies making it feel like a whopping 84 degrees instead. Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point will feel like 91, which is just 84 on paper. Disneyland Paris is in the low 80s now, and we'll see an evening low of 72, with clear skies all evening. Tokyo will break 90 degrees tomorrow and see lots of sunshine. Humidity will also be a factor, making it feel like 97. Shanghai will have a triple-digit heat index, feeling like 104 tomorrow, with varying amounts of cloud cover throughout the day. Lastly, Hong Kong will experience early morning thunderstorms followed by a few hours of rain before clearing in the early afternoon. That will leave overcast skies and temps that feel like 94. And that will do it for another Disney weather update. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.
I'm so torn on Rachel. at times she is wonderful. When she starts, I'm like, yes, Rachel, she's great. And then by the end, she like just puts you to sleep. So I don't know. Are we still?
What I'll have to do is, so Rachel actually sends me 2 different takes. So I should send you the 2 takes, and then we can try to figure out which is the better take.
Nikki B wants to know, has she gotten the job, or are we still auditioning?
We could try somebody else, but it's going to be a girl because I'm not finding another robot.
And yeah, Fred, there's absolutely trivia tonight. Thanks for asking. And Barely Necessities, and is that it? A 3-show Tuesday?
I believe, I think it's just a 3-show Tuesday. I should probably know these things, especially since I'm going to have to schedule them now.
All right, let's get started with what's happening. And that's not the right thing unless I do that and that. And that's what's happening. Test Track is opening at Epcot. You knew it was coming, the 3rd iteration of this attraction. Is there another attraction that's really the same attraction with 3 iterations?
I mean, if you want to count Journey into Imagination.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess it is. Yeah, interesting. And I have no reason to believe this will be the last for Test Track. I feel like this is just like a computer program that's going to just get upgraded every decade or so. But anyway, they have an opening date, July 22nd. That's just over a month away. And as you said, this is the 3rd iteration for this attraction. We'll have an all-new musical score, new scenes that highlight technology, making our cars smarter and our lives more fun. For one of the new scenes, Imagineers utilized over 29,000 points of light, a word I can't hear without thinking of George Bush.
1,000 points of light.
To showcase how vehicles can use advanced cameras and sensors to see the world that they drive through. There will be previews for this for cast members, annual pass holders, DVC members, Golden Oak residents, and Club 33 members. But no dates have been set. And then if there's anyone left after all of that, the attraction officially opens on July 22nd for everyone else.
Well, Sports Center, we told you a few weeks ago how they're doing another 50 States in 50 Days event. They lasted this 20 years ago, but we got more details yesterday, including the itinerary, but we wanted to highlight a couple parts of it. First of all, going to kick off June 27th in DC, but what's exciting for us is they'll be making a stop at ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex. More specifically, ESPN 8, The Ocho, will be taking over the ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex. And Randy Scott and Gary, whatever his name is, the guys from ESPN Plus, SC Plus on Disney Plus, will be there. And you can catch that on Friday, August 1st at 2 p.m. Pretty interesting. I was surprised. I went to SC Plus and it was only the most recent episode. I didn't know they didn't like. I understand not having the entire catalog. That might get a little unwieldy, but like a week maybe.
It's like the Snapchat of sports shows. You know, it's coming and it's gone. You can't even screen share it.
This was the 100th episode that I happened to. I didn't end up watching it, but I did check to see if they had the right. This was when the A's player made that crazy catch against the Angels. I went to make sure that was number 1, and of course it was. But
you know what they're doing there.
Yeah.
The Ocho. Yeah, the Ocho is.
I guess they know more about sports than me.
I mean, you are the most sports knowledgeable non-sports fan in history. So, all right. In some very sad news.
Gideon's okay, by the way.
The place where yeah, we'll give that a little more weight if something happens. In some very sad news, the place where my son grew up, the Boneyard at Animal Kingdom. I have so many pictures of him here. This is one of them. It's closing. September 1st will be its last day. This is an original attraction for Animal Kingdom, so it's always a little bit sad when an original attraction closes. Great, easily the best playground that Disney's ever created, I think. Better than Dumbo and some of the others that they've done. Really, really good. Really huge. They have an area on the other side where you can dig for fossils and stuff. Huge slides. A lot of fun.
But they did say
that a new one will be coming. So it has been confirmed that a new play area will be built in the new land, along with the previously announced Carousel, Indiana Jones attraction, and Encanto attraction. So there will be a place to play. There's no way it's going to be as good as this, but there will be a place to play for the future Gideons of the world. So
I just appreciate when extinct attractions are themed to extinction. It's like they're calling their own shot. One day this will be fun too.
one person did chime in with lots of happiness, and that would be Cole Guryak, because it makes his job easier for extinct attractions. And speaking of extinct, sorta, we did know that La Brea Bakery's temporary location would be closing. The word
Earl of Sandwich.
Did I say La Brea Bakery? Earl of Sandwich, where it's currently located, where La Brea Bakery used to be. Thank you very much. That's its temporary location. It will be closing July 26th as construction begins on the long-awaited Porto's Bakery and Cafe. The permanent Earl of Sandwich location is being built on the western end of downtown Disney. That's the Disneyland Hotel side. They still have the pop-up trailer over by the Star Wars Trading Post, so you can still get a few things there. And the new location will be a 2-story building, counter service on the ground floor, and the Carnaby Tavern on the second level. And it is set to open this winter.
Crazy how many times this restaurant has moved. And also crazy that it's been 3 years since they announced Portos was coming. They gave everybody treats for the D23 Expo. And back when it was still called Expo, that's how long ago it was. And it's finally starting construction now.
Earl of Sandwich is moving and always has, because people love Earl of Sandwich. If they took it completely out, there'd be a revolt. So
yeah. Well, we got some news. Oh, Alex had a chance to chat with Jared Bush at Annecy, and during that, we got confirmation that Byron Howard will be directing the Zootopia Zoo Better. What is it? Better Zoogether. That's what it's called. Attraction coming to Animal Kingdom, and Jared Bush is one of the writing the thing. So nice to know that some of the original people involved with the film are going to be working on this attraction. We still don't have an opening date for this. It's coming this winter, and that's all we know.
This is the attraction going into the Tree of Life, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Nice headline, Tony, in my humble opinion. All right. And finally, in this section of the show, get ready for a sugar rush as the Disney Destiny brings Wreck-It Ralph's Candy Kingdom to life. The Disney Destiny is the ship coming towards the end of this year, the latest in the Wish line after the Treasure. And Disney has revealed that young guests in the Oceaneer Club, which my Gideon can no longer go to, will be transported to the candy-filled world of Sugar Rush from Wreck-It Ralph. Imagineers are bringing the video game to life at the entrance of the youth activities area by incorporating colorful sweets into every detail, from the candy-shaped lighting fixtures to the custom carpet design to look like the Speedway from the film, with chocolate and caramel sauce outlining the racetracks. This is very exciting because they have a Wreck-It Ralph themed ice cream shop on the, I want to say it's the Dream, but it could be the Fantasy, one of those two. And it's just really fun to see what they've done with there. And so this is even more with more space. So that'll be cool. It will also include life-size statues of Wreck-It Ralph and Vanellope von Schweetz, which Disney is somewhat loosely tying into the ship's heroes and villains theme. So this is kind of fun. They do have open houses on these ships. So even though this is a youth area, you grown-ups can go visit too. So.
Can I actually the life-size statue notion?
So I actually that in my head when I was writing that, but go ahead.
Well, actually they're video games, so their life size would be very small.
Yeah,
they're arcade characters, so
he didn't even put life in quotes there. So
I'm sure it was something that the thing said.
I get what you mean.
Yes. But we're gonna check the Disney Plus top 10 before we get on to our big movie review.
There we are, and let's check out. Let's see. There's no. Maybe there'll be a Elio preview that's the number one because people think they can see the movie. First of all,
also where we talk about a conspiracy, Disney Plus.
Before we go there, I need to ask you, Kyle, right now: will Snow White be number one or in the top 10 at all?
I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. I haven't checked today, but
All right, so let's go find out. We are looking at the top 10 on my edition of Disney Plus, which is family friendly. And Snow White is number one. Now, when we looked at this, what was it? The day after the movie came out?
The movie came out.
It was on Disney Plus. It was not even in the top 10. And then the next day, it was number one. And
or maybe it was a couple days after, because I think we do it on Fridays, and nowhere to be seen. Saturday, I go to load whatever I want to watch, and suddenly it's number one. Calling shenanigans.
I'll answer Nicky B. He might get to see it one more time, but I don't think he cares anymore. He's outgrown it. He's 16 now.
One more time.
So Kyle's calling shenanigans on Snow White being number 1, but it is what it is. Snow White is number 1. Captain America: Brave New World is number 2. Alvin and the Chipmunks, Underdogs, which that's the one narrated by Ryan Reynolds, I think.
Yes.
Alvin and the Chipmunks, the Cheapquel. I'm still waiting for Chipwrecked.
Squeakquel.
Second time I've done that. Maybe it's Freudian. Cinderella, live action, which is not bad. Ocean by David Attenborough. Stitch the movie, which is not the original Lilo and Stitch. Leroy and Stitch, which is not the original Lilo and Stitch. And I believe, no, I'm thinking of something else. But are you a fan of The Sandlot?
Yeah, overall, I'd say I haven't watched it in a long time.
What's it doing in the top 10 today? Did it just get to Disney Plus?
People like baseball. As the boys of summer. The Great Bambino. The one guy did make an appearance at a Bananas game in Anaheim a couple weeks ago.
The Bananas, they're awesome. All right, here we go.
And I've had my share of bad reviews. I still remember my first good one, though. Everything else in this production of Our Town was simply terrible. Joey Tribbiani was abysmal.
And we have a brand new review of Pixar's upcoming film, Elio, reviewed by our own Alex Rife. His headline, movie review: Pixar's cosmic coming-of-age tale, Elio, is classic Pixar at heart. You might have seen that on an ad somewhere. His subhead: the studio's latest is a heartfelt alien adventure grounded in identity, belonging, and beautifully weird friendship. I'm going to give you his last 2 paragraphs because they kind of go together. Elio may not be the loudest and flashiest film in Pixar's catalog, but it's one of the most quietly affecting. The pacing is nearly perfect. Only the ending could use a few more minutes to land with maximum emotional punch. Still, this being a movie that will resonate with this is a movie that will resonate with anyone who's felt out of place and dreamed of finding their people, whether on Earth or among the stars. It's classic Pixar at heart, a fish out of water buddy comedy that's emotional as it is funny. The colorful communiverse is a joy to explore, and the film's message will hit home for dreamers of all ages. Don't underestimate this one. He gives it a 4.5 out of 5.
Wow.
That's fresh.
That's fresh. So our current question, not our last question, which is yet to be settled, is the Rotten Tomato score for this as of 10 a.m. today. So we will reveal that at the end of the show, and you can see how that affects your.
Hopefully it shows by then, dude.
That's the time we have said. If we need to change the time, we will. But hopefully by 10 a.m. it's up there. And yeah, we'll do that at the end of the show. You can see how your sorcerer streak. What pick did you pick on that, Kyle?
I doubled down. I know I told you I was going to wonder if I fade myself on the podcast. We also asked this question. I went with fresh more because of how Rotten Tomatoes works, where it's just, pass fail. So it doesn't even have to be like a glowing review to raise the score higher. That's not how it works. It's just, did you like it or did you not? And so I think it'll be lukewarm, but I think it'll be fresh.
All right. I went with fresh too without all of that thought. So yeah, I think people like it. All right.
And the rest.
Well, we're going to start off the rest in Italy because we're getting some more of Stanley Tucci exploring the country as he's getting a season 2 of Tucci in Italy. And for this one, he'll visit La Marche, don't know. But he'll also return to Sicily, Sardinia, and some other places that he went in the first season. It sounds like this might just be a continuation of the first season, really, because they ordered 10 episodes and then only did 5. So I don't know how many of these are already in the can or what, but more Stanley Tucci's on the way. You can watch the first season right now over on Disney Plus and Hulu and all those places. And then, speaking of food, a new buffalo chicken beignet slider has come to the Royal Street Veranda for a limited time. This is fried chicken dipped in buffalo sauce and creamy slaw on Mickey-shaped beignets. Doobie, I know you don't eat chicken, but if this were fake chicken, how would you feel about it?
I would definitely want to try it. I am not sure how this much sweet with the powdered sugar goes with the chicken, but I would definitely give it a shot. It looks really good.
Well, this is $11.49, available for a limited time right now at the Royal Street Veranda at the Disneyland Resort.
You do eat chicken, Kyle. What is your opinion of it?
Hold the slaw and I'll give it a shot.
Okay. All right. And in news that has lots of people excited, Kyle among them, there is well, let me just read it. During a Walt Disney Family Museum event.
Why don't you just read the story in front of you?
I'm not good enough to wing it. That's why I write it down. During a Walt Disney Family Museum event, sometimes I get that wrong, celebrating the 70th anniversary of the Jim Henson Company, the topic of Muppet Vision 3D came up. Quelle surprise! Jim Henson Company CEO Lisa Henson stated that they are in discussions with Disney about bringing the beloved film to VR. She also said that the attraction was documented using VR cameras. So apparently they have the footage, and maybe you'll be able to watch this attraction in your own home with some giant goggles, and you can stop complaining about Disney making a smart decision.
What was the pause after film?
What?
You said film, and then you made a face.
Oh, because I said beloved film, like to another park. No, to VR.
Oh,
that's what I was.
Gotcha.
Even that pause.
I thought you were taking issue with me saying it was a film. I'm like,
no,
I was also searching for a variety of words.
No, it is a film. It is most definitely a film.
Yeah.
And it is, yeah. Anyway.
Well, we're going to kick off Around LP with a piece from Benjamin, who got to attend the press junket for Elio and wrote up some of that. You can also watch his video with the filmmakers behind Elio. So there's one video. Yep, there it is. I was like, did I not put it in there? I put it up higher. So the first one's with the filmmakers, the two directors, as well as the producer. And then later in the video, he gets to interview Elio himself, which Shadi told me to realize that Elio, this is an actor and not actually Elio, who is a character. But yeah, so you can watch that and read his piece over on Laughing Place.
Is Benji camera ready, you think, in this shot?
Well, his audio's had to be enhanced, and it could be enhanced further. So he looks okay. Just wish that maybe he had a microphone.
All right. Oh yeah, good point. Let's see. Also, nope, Doobie, come on. How long have you been doing this?
Dad.
How long have you been doing
That's
this?
you. You just wanted to show your dad thing in the back. That's why.
Oh, yeah. I do want to show this. This is what I got. Yeah. As I make a mess here, I'll take a moment for this. This is what I got for Father's Day. It's a bunch of pictures. That's just stupid. There we go. A bunch of little pictures that make up Dad. So we got Benji one of these for his birthday, and I loved it so much because my first time seeing it was on his
didn't
birthday.
say Dad, though.
It said, what did his say? I think it was I don't know. I have no recollection of what his was. But mine says Dad, and I love it. And every one of these pictures has Gideon in it. Most have me in it. For some reason, quite a few have Benji in it. So anyway, that was my Father's Day gift. Mike Celestino for Father's Day went to, I believe this was Father's Day, went to Knott's Berry Farm and did his favorite in-park themed experience, Ghost Town Alive. He absolutely loves this. It's an all-day experience. Well, it's a story that evolves all day. You don't have to be there all day, but it's a story that evolves all day if you want to put your time into it. Apparently, it involves people dressed in old-timey gear being stalked by a guy with a camera. So Mike thoroughly enjoys it and documented it, and go check it out through pictures and this video.
And this event shares lineage with the Galactic Star Cruiser.
In that
there was a test at Disneyland many years ago called Legends of Frontierland, which was a play test for Galaxy's Edge and later the Star Cruiser. And this also was birthed out of that. The people that did that, when Disney kind of, shoved it aside, went to Knott's and made this. And so, yeah.
That's very interesting. Is that like on LP somewhere? That's a great story.
I'm not 100% sure it's correct, but I know that the Legends of Frontierland thing is that did lead to the Star Cruiser and stuff. And we do have a story about that. Okay. But I think that the same people are involved. So yeah, Crazy Kirk, that's where everybody goes when they get mad at Disney. They just go over to Knott's Berry Farm.
That's true. Including when they stopped selling annual passes for a while. Hey, bad timing, Doobie. So the latest edition of Laughing Place on Location is now available. Comes out every Sunday morning. And this one features our own Alex Reif and he is coming from the Annecy International Animated Film Festival in France, which is very cool. Very
He
pretty.
even explains it's a quiet village, little town. Every day like the one before.
And so Walt Disney Animation Studios gave a sneak peek at Zootopia 2. Pixar showcased Elio and gave a first look at Hopper's Toy Story 5 and announced their next original film, Gato, and much more. Alec covers all of that in the latest edition of LP On Location, which is pretty nifty-wifty.
I guess people are throwing paper airplanes on the stage.
That's what it looked like.
Okay. And then finally, we also have a brand new episode of the Laughing Place on Balance podcast. And this time, we each do an essay. Benji's essay is on the state of Disney as compared to their media peers. I talked about my loser of the week last week, which is when Disney tries to tease things and they turn out to be nothing. And then also those interviews that I showed you earlier where you could watch them. Well, you can listen to them on the podcast. So be sure to check that out wherever you get your podcasts.
The fun stuff.
I thought you were going to ask your question. You got cut off.
Oh, I'm asking who's Ken Parks, but no, I'm not sure I want to know. Okay. Move on.
Well, with Fantastic Four coming out, there's some fun promotions going on at a few different places. So first of all, Little Caesars is introducing the Fantastic 4-in-1 pizza with 2 slices of classic cheese, 2 pepperoni, 2 Italian sausage and bacon, and 2 pepperoni and jalapeno, all for just $7.99. Unless you're in Hawaii, it probably costs more. So you can get that at Little Caesars starting now, I believe. And then AMC Freestyle, AMC Theaters, if you go to their Freestyle machines, they're going to have 4 different custom sodas themed to the Fantastic Four. So there's the Orange Rock Punch Fanta for the Thing, the Stretch Blend Barks, which is Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Force Freeze Sprite for Invisible Woman, and Ginger Cherry Blaze Seagram. That's the Human Torch. So you can check those out when you go see Fantastic Four in theaters next month.
Which of these 4 sodas is most exciting for you, Kyle?
Honestly, none. I don't know what the Invisible Force Fizz Sprite is, but that sounds the least offensive.
Kyle's, it's the least offensive. All right. I have to remember to check. Sorry, you have to remember to check Rotten Tomatoes exactly at 10 o'clock.
Okay, well, I'm gonna hit this. Can we do Pocket Pick or?
Yeah, Benji told me it'd be ready by 10. And Marco lifts at 9. Benji's wrong.
I mean, maybe it's a big drop at 10. Maybe it's a big debut. Maybe we've stumbled upon a Rotten Tomatoes secret.
You could be right. So this is your Pocket Pick. No, this is my Pocket Pick.
No, this is yours from you just had hold for
from
next
forever
week.
ago, and next week has arrived. Okay.
From forever ago? Friday?
Seems like forever ago. Remember COVID?
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember when everyone was doing Disney at home?
Yeah.
This one's cute. You know the Happy Ride at Baymax in Tokyo, right?
Yes.
Well, you know what it is. All right, we don't need to see them make it. We want to get to the ride.
Well, that's why you had a time code.
I know. Shut up. So there's the cast member, and there's the ride. And Happy Ride at Baymax, if you've seen it, you know the cast members get very into it. They don't just sit there bored. They dance along to the music. So I think we're going to get a little bit of that in a moment. This is remarkably accurate to this attraction, but not really. Show the cast member. There we go. One hand on the ride stop, the other hand dancing.
It said 35 reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. Then when I refreshed, it said 32. I don't know which 3 got purged in that second, but there's reviews up, but I'm not seeing a score yet. And it is indeed 10 o'clock. So,
right, so if you are playing Sorcerer's Streak, you now know
the score was no.
You now know why it's in beta. So we will continue to refresh, and the first time we see a score actually show up, which requires a minimum number of reviews, that is the one we will go with and close out that question. Today's question, currently ongoing, the least Disney question of the bunch so far, but it is Pixar Night at Oreo Park tomorrow. So today's question, which closes at midnight, is who will win the game between the San Francisco Giants, the home team, and the Cleveland Guardians, which is still
What's the name of the stadium?
Oracle Park?
Oracle. I thought you said Oriole. I'm like, well, that's just confusing for baseball.
Oracle Park, which is a little tiny local company around here, founded by a fairly well-to-do guy named Larry Ellison.
Yeah. All right, Doobie. Are you ready for speaking of? That was fun. Are you ready?
I am ready for this day in Disney history.
All right. In this day, in 1960, someone was born. His Disney credits include Tombstone, George of the Jungle, George of the Jungle 2, and John Carter. He's also been in Sideways, which is a Fox Searchlight movie, and he was in the most recent Spider-Man, which is in the MCU.
What were those first set of credits?
Tombstone, George of the Jungle 1 and 2, and John Carter.
And what was the year?
1960.
Oh, goodness. I should know this.
He was also on a TV show that was quite popular and then people don't really talk about these days.
Benedict Cumberbatch, no.
No. Thomas Hayden Church.
Yeah, that wasn't going to happen.
Of Wings.
Right. What? People don't talk about Wings anymore?
I watch Wings. I've been watching it recently. It's actually kind of fun.
Wings is it's an airplane. Of course, it's a great show, but Wings is a pretty fun show.
Yeah.
It starts a young Tony Shalhoub.
The young Tony Shalhoub as well. Yeah. Gotta get an off topic here, but yes, young Tony Shalhoub and other people who I don't know. On this day in 1963, another actor was born. He starred in Invincible for
Mark Wahlberg.
Nope, I guess he was a star in it. And he's also in The Last Song, which was one of the last Touchstone
Miley
movies.
Cyrus.
No, I think he played her dad in this. He's famous for other things, but I don't
Billy
know what
Ray
his
Cyrus.
famous role is.
Billy Ray Cyrus.
No.
Oh, man.
I got 2 words for you. Talk soup.
I don't know.
Wow. All right. Well, my thing's not loading. It's Greg Kinnear. I meant to get a photo.
He hosted Talk Soup?
He hosted Talk Soup before it became The Soup.
Oh, I didn't know that. I like Greg Kinnear. He's got some good stuff out there.
On this day in 1972, something debuted at Disneyland.
Main Street Electrical Parade.
The Main Street Electrical Parade. Doobie is 1 for 3. I also like that on this day in Disney history. It says, for the first time.
Many debuts yet to come.
On this day in 2000, a Disney Channel show premiered. A series.
2000 was a long time ago. Even Stevens.
Even Stevens, yes. What
Wow.
are the odds?
No one's more surprised than me.
On this day in 2016, a Pixar film was released.
Hey, is that what you're talking about, Fred Ramirez? All right, 2016. I'm so bad at this.
It is a sequel.
That was about 8 movies ago. Let's go with The Incredibles 2.
No.
Let's go with Finding Dory.
Finding Dory.
Finding Dory. I
already forgot
about it. Too easy.
On this day in 2016, an attraction debuted on both coasts.
At the same time?
At the same time.
That is rare. Oh, man.
2016.
Oh, wow. An attraction, like a ride?
Yeah. It was an update to a ride.
Okay.
And it happened to fall the day after Shanghai Disneyland opened.
Is it Star Wars The Adventures Continue?
No.
2016, both coasts, an update to a ride, presumably an update on both coasts.
Day after Shanghai debuted.
Wonders of China?
No. Where are they showing Wonders of China at Disneyland TV?
They used to.
So Shanghai Disneyland opened with an attraction that was exclusive for exactly one day. Soaring around the world. Yeah, soaring around the world.
Your hint just went over my head.
Yeah. And finally, on this day in 2022, Pixar released its masterpiece, box office boffo hit.
The Good Dinosaur. No. 1922.
2022.
Are you sure it wasn't 1922? Hey,
It's
was
1920.
was it
Pixar,
Lightyear?
Yeah, ahead of its time.
Was it Lightyear?
It is Lightyear.
Thank you, Fred Ramirez. That I believe you were being sarcastic with your description of its success.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're correct.
So I am now refreshing. There is still nothing. So I am now going to update that question to say, or when the score becomes available.
By the way, Lightyear, 74% certified fresh. Wall-E, 95% certified fresh. Good Dinosaur, 76.
That's the biggest reason I went with fresh. Pixar does not release movies that aren't considered fresh. Critics like the Pixar movies, even if they bomb. So, I mean, has Pixar ever released a rotten movie? Good Dinosaur is the one I would have
I'm
gone
sure
with.
this is easily searchable if you give me a second.
Let's find out.
I feel like they have.
It wasn't a Good Dinosaur. Brave?
I think Brave did well enough.
I think so too. Oh, all 28 Pixar movies by the Tomato Meter. So let's go to the bottom of the list. The lowest one. Oh, I forgot about the Cars franchise. Cars 2, 40%.
Okay.
But at least according to this article, I don't know if it's dynamically updated. That is the only one that wasn't fresh. And to have Cars 3 at only 69% is an abomination. Cars 3 was brilliant.
Anyway,
that was fun.
as we said earlier, today is 3-Show Tuesday, so be sure to join us for Barely Necessities at 4 o'clock Pacific, followed by Disney Trivia Live at 7:30 Pacific. Anything else we should tell the people, Doobie?
I don't think so. Other than thank you for joining us, and we will be back tomorrow to doing it all again.
Do it all again. Bye, everybody.
Au revoir.
I have to.